Okay, this stage was a request by ThalisonJose. He wanted the Showdown in the Park stage from like X-Men versus Street Fighter. First, I'm going to talk about an alt I made, and then I'm going to show off the other version and talk about the different versions that are available on the Mugen Archive. Okay, so first off, I made this night alternate. Um, I like literally just like Googled like a picture of a pond at night for like to get my baseline for the colors on this. Now, like one of the main reasons I made this, besides just to make it, is I thought I was going to have to turn down the request because both Neo Goki, this is like Neo Goki's version here, like 1648, um, like and cldz's versions were pretty close to being like just like, why should I mess with this? They did it pretty correctly. So like there's no reason to like, you know, fix a stage that ain't broken. But while I was messing around with that night palette, because I thought I might have to turn the main version down, and I just wanted to give Jose something, I noticed that there were in fact some little minor issues with like the art. So like you can barely see it here in Neo Goki's version, but there's like one of those like rectangle overlays that's just discoloring things. And there's like another one that's like hiding back here on this other side of like the far background. And I think there's even some like discoloration here around the middle. So like I didn't notice that until I was making the night palette, because like I guess it just blended in and well enough. But like once I know it's there, it's pretty hard not to see. And there's a bunch of little areas here on the like foreground rocks where like blue from the water is up on the rocks. Like I know you're probably not seeing this in a way that like you could see it from here, but there's like blue lines, like blue dots, that instead of like the little like dark brown shading, they like accidentally have blue dots from down in the water. So in the main version I have from like cldz's version, I kind of tried to paint out the little blue dots best I could in the foreground. One of the reasons I didn't go with Neo Goki's version is because, like, just barely, there seems to be a line of exposed void up on the like left side, and I think maybe that's also the case on the right side, but I didn't super test it. But so like the main version of cldz, it's mostly the same as his, but I painted out the discolorations and took out those blue dots. Also, his version had, you know, it has a higher sky, and I know people like higher skies. One of the issues that did exist in cldz's version was like the bound was too, or the like edge bound for the players was too tight. Like I think originally like Kung Fu could only come to like here or so, because he had like 10 extra pixels that it like really wasn't necessary. And it's definitely not like that in the source game, but yeah, I loosened it back to default, so now you can go to like the normal length of stage. Okay, so I just showed off that like the reason I didn't use Neo Goki's version for the edit, but here is also, this is Samus Aran's version, and once again it's pretty close, but he's pulled some kind of like blur filter on the water reflection. I can understand the appeal of doing that, but I didn't really want it in my version. Also, like the sky comes up short up top, so yeah, that's why I didn't go with Samus Aran's version. The other version that exists is this like custom edit version, which is, I think it's really just Marvel vs. Superhero edit and not the X-Men vs. Street Fighter edit. But you can see that the leaves, he's using this, or well, like SF5 Ace was using this like exact same leaf effect that's super broken, so I half wonder if like Flame Keo, who made this, and SF5 Ace are the same person, but obviously I can't leave the leaves like this. I'll probably fix up this stage for those who like it. This is like a custom high-res version of Showdown in the Park. I think this tree bush needs to be like pulled down because it just looks weird with that little like sliver of black supporting it up. I think it might look nicer if I bring it down and so it's like on top of this rest of this mirrored bush here. But so yeah, that's that. I'm probably gonna move almost directly onto the Marvel vs. Superheroes version of Showdown in the Park, because I did think I saw some issues with that one, whereas I barely saw any issues with X-Men vs. Street Fighter version which was out there. But enjoy, you guys.